Hey beautiful people, it's your girl Kyla Cooper, and today we are going to talk about how to prioritize your goals. If you're anything like me, you know that you want to do everything. So there are career goals, financial goals, health goals, family goals. There's so much that you want to accomplish that sometimes you're not necessarily sure how to manage it all. What do you need to prioritize? What makes the most sense for your life? So this is what we're going to dive into a little bit more today, and especially how to get focused so that you don't experience burnout while pursuing your goals. First things first, you want to make sure that you have a finite list of what it is that you are looking to achieve. So in this case, it's a brand new year. We're looking at our goals in 2025. So you want to make sure that you're aiming for roughly 3 to 5 goals to really focus in on. It's unfortunate, but the human brain can only really dive into a few things at a time. If we're throwing too much at it, it becomes overwhelmed. So 3 to 5 target goals seems to be a pretty good sweet spot for you to focus on. And then of course, as you accomplish things, you can always add to that list, modify. Goal setting is pretty flexible, but we want to make sure that you have that finite list that you're focusing in on. So that's the first thing. We really want to get focused on that list of items, so then that way we really can prioritize. We can prioritize better when we have such a concrete list of items. So there are, as I see it, 2 very good ways to help you narrow down this list and to help you prioritize. The first way is going to be by timeline, and the second way is going to be by benefit. So by timeline, I mean, what are the requirements for these goals? Is there a certain time in which they need to be completed by? So for instance, when I'm thinking of a financial goal, one of my financial goals for this year is to max out my 2024 IRA and my 2025 IRA. We know that the IRA deadline is the tax deadline. So we're looking roughly around April 15th. So I have to contribute the maximum to my 2024 IRA by April 15th of this year, roughly. So that's gonna come before, say, making an extra mortgage payment if I'm thinking about another financial goal. That deadline of April 15th is something that I need to keep in the back of my mind for me to actually be able to achieve that goal and to close it out. So really looking at the timelines of your goals to see if there's any sort of deadlines that you need to adhere to. That's going to help you prioritize first and foremost. Now you may be thinking not all of my goals have timelines. Some of them are pretty open-ended and they can be accomplished whenever, so to say. In that case, we kind of want to force a timeline. So this is where we start to set milestones and break up our goals a little bit more. Say there's a goal that you want to accomplish within 2 months. Okay, in order for you to accomplish that goal within 2 months, we need to take a look and say, this is what I need to do each month. This is what I need to do each week. This is what I need to do each day. And so then you can figure out and kind of force a timeline in that way, and being able to see how much you need to actually accomplish in different increments in order to accomplish what it is that you're looking to achieve. So in that case, you can sort of force that timeline and set priorities based on what it is that you need to accomplish each day, each week, each month in order to accomplish the list of goals that you have. So timeline is an excellent way to help you prioritize, but then the second way is by benefit. So of course, some goals have greater rewards than others. So you want to take a look and see, okay, what is the benefit of this goal specifically? How is it going to better my life? And this is going to be, it could be quantitative data to figure out, okay, this has X amount of dollars or X amount of whatever to benefit your life, or it could be qualitative where it's just like, hey, by doing this I'll be happier. So you just want to make sure that you gauge what that reward is quantitatively and qualitatively, and then you'll be able to say, hey, based on the reward, this is how I'm going to prioritize my goals. So for instance, let's say one of the goals that I have is to get a promotion this year. So that's a pretty open-ended goal. There's going to be a lot of different hurdles and obstacles that need to be addressed in order to get that promotion. It's going to take place over a time period. But because of the benefit that I'll gain financially from that promotion, as well as the benefit of maybe having a better quality of work and work-life balance, I'm gonna put that at a higher priority than making that extra mortgage payment. So it really does come down to benefit also. So by looking at the timeline on your goals, by looking at the benefit of your goals, maybe a combination of both, that will help you narrow down to that top 3 to 5 goals that you want to target. And again, this is just me saying 3 to 5 as a short focused list. However, you can certainly expand this a little bit more depending on your timeline. So of course, let's say you have 5 goals within 10 years, you may want to expand that a little bit more depending on what those goals are. So it's definitely flexible towards your particular situation. I just want you to really understand what it means to be focused, having a concrete list, and then being able to know which item you're gonna do based on that timeline, based on that benefit. The key that I'm really trying to work us up towards is creating a game plan. So if you watched my first video on how to achieve your goals in 2025, there was a section in which I really highlighted that game plan. That's sort of step 2 when you're thinking of goal planning. So the first step is identifying what it is that you want to achieve and really getting specific by using the SMART method to outline your goals. The next step then is that you want a game plan. So how do you do that? This is where you really get into setting those milestones. You want to document the goals. You want to have different journals, different ways of motivating yourself, but you have to have a concrete game plan to help you actually achieve these goals. So in that video, I outlined just an example of, let's say you want to lose 30 pounds in 6 months. Okay, well, how much do you need to lose each month to reach that target? That's going to be 5 pounds per month. Okay, well, how much do you need to lose each week? That's going to be roughly 1.5 pounds each week. So you really want to set that game plan up and really documenting what it is that you want to do daily, weekly, monthly. So then that way you start to form a habit. And once you get that habit in place, it'll be a lot easier to be motivated to do your items. It will be sort of part of your routine. So at some point, it will also become just almost second nature for you to get in the habit of accomplishing those goals. So let's say in order to reach that 1.5 pounds a week, you need to go to the gym 4 days out of the week. By doing a set schedule like that, where you're saying, hey, I'll go to the gym Monday, Tuesday, rest Wednesday, and then go Thursday, Friday, that is establishing a habit and a pattern and a routine in your life, which is going to be critical in actually achieving these goals. So game planning is very, very important. I also want to highlight that in that video, I mentioned that I was going to be gifting my family different journals, planners, other things that they could utilize to help them with their game plan. So I do want to go into that and show you guys a little bit more of what it is that I've actually prepared for them to help them with their game plan. Let's go ahead and take a look. So just based on that, you can see how important it is for me to not only game plan for myself, but to help those who I care about most to game plan also. It's a lot harder than it looks, but I also do want to reiterate that that game plan that you're setting, it is flexible. So you'll set it initially and you'll follow it, but then in step 5, and I mentioned that in my prior video, you want to review and you revise your goal planning. You want to make sure that the actions that you're taking are aligning with the plan that you set, so that way you can achieve those goals. In some cases, you got to go back to that game plan. You need to adjust. You may need to do more, you may need to do less. It really just depends on the progress that you're making. So I don't want you to get so caught up in that game plan is just a single document, can't be altered. If you don't do what needs to be done, you automatically fail. So definitely be aware that this game plan is set initially, but you need to continue to review and revise as you're going through the actual task of accomplishing your goals. So just to sum up today's video, you want to prioritize your goals and really get a focused list. So that way your brain can comprehend that these are the items that I'm working on. This is what I need to do. And then you won't get as distracted with so many competing priorities. So having that set list of maybe 3 to 5 items is really going to be helpful for you. When you're looking at that list, you didn't want to break them down a little bit further into, okay, what is the timeline on these goals by forcing milestones? And then what's the benefit? So looking at the timeline, looking at the benefit, you'll be able to sort of massage a schedule of priority. And then you'll be able to set a game plan where you're actually putting on the calendar, okay, this is what I need to do week 1, this is what I need to do week 2 Tuesday, this is what I need to do week 5 Thursday, and you'll be able to break it down to where you're really able to form a habit and build a routine. If this is helpful to you, I would appreciate if you like this video, subscribe, comment, let me know your thoughts, let me know what sort of goal planning you guys are doing, and if there's anything that I can help you with. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.